Next up, one of the big guys from the Palmer Ridge football program, 3 consecutive state championships down there in Monument, and currently 3-0 in the young fall 2020 season. With us is junior offensive lineman Alec Falk. And let's start with what's happening here this year, Alec. Why are you guys so dominant at 3-0 right now?
We work hard at practice, and in the off season we put in so much work. We're constantly doing things over the summer, waking up early sometimes. We just have a good mentality. We have good chemistry across our whole team, and it shows in games. We work well together, and we ball out.
You are a guy that goes to the sidelines when your defense is out on the field. Right now, your D has allowed just 7 points in 3 games. What are you seeing? Why are they so effective?
So we recently got a new D-line coach, Mitch Unrein. He played for the Broncos, and he's been helping the D-line a lot, and they've been dominant. And it's just so much fun to watch them play because they're like so unstoppable. And it'll be very exciting to watch them play during Montrose because that'll probably be the toughest offense we'll play this year.
Alec Falk, junior offensive lineman, Palmer Ridge, defending 3A champions, now playing 4A. And let me ask you that. You are playing very, very well as you've moved up a click in classifications. What are the things that you've noticed with just moving up to 4A?
It's similar to 3A, but there's definitely more of an intensity from 3A to 4A. There's better players than there were in 3A. But at the end of the day, we're putting on pads and we're hitting each other. So there's not that big of a difference. The skill level's a little bit better.
There you go. Ball is ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned better players. You've had a lot of them with your program recently, especially the skills players getting the attention, and that's all earned and justified. But you linemen have been huge part of the success. You're an entertaining group, catching my attention. Yeah. Your relevancy and success, how do the big bears from Monument fit into all that recently?
So because our O-line has been because we lost, I think, 4 senior O-linemen last year. And so everyone expected us to do pretty bad, or at least it'd take a little bit for us to get used to it because we have 3 starters that have never played a varsity snap right now, our 2 guards and center. But we proved everyone wrong, and we even proved our team wrong because our team even thought we were not going to be as good as last year. But we proved them wrong, and we might even be better than last year's O-line.
I didn't realize that even mid-season you're helping us with the recall that your offensive line group continues to do so well, yet you lost 4 starters from last season's state championship team. So let me ask you this then. You're still kind of fun and you're still entertainment. Why is that holding over that you're kind of a goofy bunch? It's fun to watch.
We've known each other since elementary, and we've always just hung out. We connect really well. We work well together, and it's just we hang out on the weekends most of the time. And even there's some backups for our O-line that we're really close with. We have a ton of fun. We make jokes, all that, and sometimes we go to one of our houses, watch film, hang out, chill, just bond. We're just a very close group.
Part of that fun character is not just on the field that we see, but also we're noticing it in public. Let's talk Twitter. The Monument Moving Company Twitter handle. What is that about?
I think 2 weeks ago, one of the announcers online called us the Monument Moving Company. And then our O-line coach hashtagged it, and then it blew up from there. So then we made a Twitter. Our O-line coach made the Twitter, and we just got a ton of attention because we have a ton of pancake blocks this year, which is awesome across the whole O-line. So
I've seen that, keeping track of pancake stats, and it fits, right? Moving company, we can, that visual fits, right? And then what a great way to market the group. Let's talk about you specifically. You are getting some attention from staffs at the college level.
Yep.
Can you share with us, so we get a read on who is interested in Alec Falk? You can tell us by, division, conference, by school. Just let us get an idea.
So there's some Big Ten schools, Pac-12 and Mountain West Conference schools that are interested in me. I've talked to a couple schools like I think CU, KU. Those are some big ones that have talked to me. And I've been getting mail from some of the colleges. But yeah, it's been awesome that those D1 schools have been hitting me up.
How about physical stats? Let's let you advocate yourself right now. How tall are you and what's your weight at?
So I am 6'5" and I am 265 right now.
Okay. What's something about Alec Falk off the field that we might be interested in or think is cool?
So I'm a big video game person.
Okay.
I don't know. I love play, especially our whole line group loves video games. So that's another way we connect.
Right.
We all play video games together. It's so much fun. And then, and then I also like to throw shot put and discus.
Gotcha.
So
are you a thrower for the Palmer Ridge track team?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Hey, let's get back to the football part because you've got seriousness in your near future. It's a shortened pandemic season. You've played 3, you're 3-0. You've got 3 to go. And wow, it's the kind of competitive schedule that you dream of, right? You got Montrose, who's undefeated. You're going to play them down in Monument. Then you're going to drive 5 hours to play Fruta. And they had a lead on Ponderosa recently until they lost it late in the game. And then you're going to finish with Ponderosa. So you guys, you Bears, with what you're trying to accomplish, what's your mindset going into what might be considered a realistic gauntlet to finish off the regular season?
It's going to be very intense. The practice level is going to increase a ton, the intensity in practice. Because the first 3 games we were out. The Stars were out before halftime.
Okay.
So we'll definitely, because we're probably going to be in all 4 quarters for all those teams. It's going to be so much more intense in practice these last 3 weeks, especially preparing for Montrose because their offense is very difficult to stop. So our defense we're going to have to give our defense good looks in practice.
Well, and they've got you guys on the offensive line are certainly going to help out. And I guess that's something I didn't think of is you have not necessarily been able to play 4 quarters, so you guys need to prepare yourselves.
Yes.
And considering you're 250 to 300-pound guys, you're going to go the full game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be different because we're used to getting out at halftime. So
I guess you got to work together with your guys. Who are those guys along the offensive line? Don't be afraid to say their names.
So our left tackle is Connor Jones, as you know. Our left guard is Matt. His name's Max Pollock. Our center is Jackson St. Aubin, and our right guard is Will Lotus. Those 3 interior linemen are all new. They've never played a varsity snap, but they're doing really good for not playing a varsity snap.
And if you're only aware of Palmer Ridge as a successful football team with 3 consecutive championships, be aware of those 5. And something to add on before we finish up, Alec. So you might have some opportunities at the next level. We are aware of Connor Jones, who's certainly a valid FBS prospect. Are any of the other guys up front getting some attention from college staffs? So
I don't know if they're getting attention from college, but they definitely should be. They're really good. Especially the right guard that's on my side. We work so well together, especially like in pass pro. If an end cuts in and a linebacker goes around, we're able to, even without even saying anything, we know that we should pass them off and all that. They're really smart guys, and they deserve a lot of attention.
Well, we'll give it to you, and especially with, again, what is coming up for Palmer Ridge in, a shortened fall season with you guys moving up from 3A to 4A. You're about to prove it, right? This is what you want. You got some huge games coming up, and we look forward to watching you huge dudes do your thing with the Bears. Alec, excellent to meet you. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
Welcome to ATM Live. How can I help you?
I'm going camping. Can I pay my credit card?
Absolutely.
Cash or check for $37.18?
Deposit money from the tooth fairy?
My dog ate my ATM card.
Can I make a withdrawal?
Sure thing.
Do almost anything you can do in the bank. At Bank of Colorado ATM Live locations across the state. Bank of Colorado. There's only one.
Next up, Charlie Offerdahl, running back, defensive back for the top-ranked Dakota Ridge Eagles out of Class 4A. Charlie, let's start with what's going on so far in this young season in Fall 20. You guys have been blasting teams. You're 3-0 right now because you are an impact player on both sides of the ball. 155 points scored, just 26 yielded. What's going so well for the Eagles?
Definitely it starts up front with our offense and defensive line. We've got some more size this year, definitely a lot of skilled players up front. And they're the drive for our team, what's leading us to that 3-0 so far.
Your program's ranked number 1 right now, and I was talking to your head coach, Ron Wodalovich, Coach Woj. With all the success he's had as a program in 2 decades in Jeffco, we reportedly think they've never been ranked number 1. And so it's you, a senior, it's your team that is top ranked. Why do you think that's happening, and how significant is that to you and your mindset?
Yes, sir. So, that number 1 spot, I guess, is definitely exciting and new for Dakota Ridge. Has a lot to come with it. It's definitely the senior leadership. And then obviously the skill in the 2021 class, our senior class, and those below with the juniors and sophomores, very talented also.
How does this fit with all the off-season discussions about how you need to play football in the fall, not in the spring, or not be canceled?
I mean, coming into this year, we knew what we had and the talent that we had. So we just needed the season to showcase our skills and what our team has. And with that, striving for that championship.
And if we recap, what does your team have?
We have a lot of starters that were juniors last year coming back. Seniors, I think we have out of both sides of the ball, we probably have around 19 seniors that are starting, and maybe a couple underclassmen that are starting.
I didn't realize you had that much experience.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of seniors this year. So.
Okay. And of course, there is some personal marketing elements to this too, which is fair, right? And
yes,
it's realistic. You are a prospect in the state of Colorado. We are aware that you've gone public with some offers. I think the biggest one that had the splash factor was you got that preferred walk-on offer from the University of Colorado. Let's start with CU. Why is that something that is kind of grabbing your interest?
I mean, it's definitely grabbed my interest quite a bit. It's a dream school for me. I'm a homeboy. I like to stay home. I've always watched CU, gone to many games. I love the place. So that would definitely be somewhere I'd want to end up.
But that's not the only thing that has been attracting your attention. And again, we're talking about, it's kind of like dating, right? You got to find the fit, who's making the right connections. You have other stuff that's on the table. Can you give us an idea, whether it's by conference, by school, by division, however?
Yeah, so I've also been talking to CSU. Definitely hoping something is going to come from that, from my senior tape. That's what they're wanting and looking for. And then also a couple schools from the FCS, UNC, Drake, and Bucknell. They're definitely up there as well because they've shown quite a bit of interest, and I like them.
Interesting. You mentioned that you needed the tape. So when we hear those stories, and that's certainly part of the talk, is you're a senior guy who needed some film. Even if it's a shortened 6-game regular season, it is important and it's helpful that you are playing.
Yes, sir.
What are people projecting you as? Are you a back? Are you a D-back? Are you a special teams guy? What is it?
It kind of depends on the program and what they're looking for, but personally, I'd classify myself as an athlete. I'm willing to play wherever, and I know I have the capabilities to play wherever they need me.
Your speed, electronic timing, what's your numbers?
So I have ran a 4.6 over the summer with my with my father and one of my friends there.
And then straight from you, height and weight, what do you say?
5'10.5" on a good day and 183 pounds.
Gotcha. And we all have our good and bad days.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's get back to the football squad. How about, because your team's top ranked, undefeated right now, and just rolling, how about guys not named Offerdahl who are very significant into the success so far for Dakota?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a team sport, and without them, without these other guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. But offensively, definitely our quarterback, Ben Goltig, he runs the show. And then wide receiver, we got Mason Galbraith, number 10, 6'4", big target, lengthy, definitely a deep threat. Offensive line, Jason Soderlin and Caden Arostia. There's some big guys up front that definitely move the pile. Defensively, we have Spencer Hardy, number 37, our D tackle, maybe the most athletic defensive lineman in the state. Linebackers, we have Steve Reyes and Colin Sturr. They're definitely some thick bodies, athletic, hit hard, and definitely filled the gaps for us. Then at the corner, we have an underclassman, Dante Capolungo. He's a junior. He is also very electric, fast, and super athletic.
There you go. So you get your name straight from Charlie Offerdahl.
Yes, sir.
You can go game tape them. And if you don't know about Dakota yet, well, I'll go find out. You're aware of the players.
Yes, sir.
We've got 3 to go. You guys have been playing basically the same teams for years and years and years. They're all Jeffco rivals coming up. So what are your goals and expectations as you move forward with the last 3 in the regular season and then the playoffs on the way?
Yeah, I mean, personally, Jeffco League isn't as strong as it usually is, but we take every game, one game at a time, 1-0 each week. Focus on that next team and get the job done. But our next game, we play Wheat Ridge at Trailblazer. And then once we're done with the regular season playoffs, we're looking for some better competition, looking to get our stage in the big show.
Well, Charlie Offerdahl is poised to do some things wearing that 44 jersey for the Dakota Eagles. We wish you the best of luck and love learning more about you and sharing that with everybody else.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're proud to call Colorado home. So are we. Since 1973, we've been getting back to the communities where we live, work, and play across our great state. And we're here to stay. If you're looking for an independent, locally managed community bank where the employees are also the owners, we would like to be your bank. We're Alpine Bank.